Hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and in today's video, we're going to talk about what are the next steps for Richard Hart and Postchain as we move forward in this bull run. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice, only use risk capital, and thank you to those who continue to support the channel. So, many of you have seen this photo here, as these are a group of supporters who went to the Richard Hart case and they made a whole bunch of noise and support for Richard Hart. And if I am a judge ruling in this case, I'm factoring in everything. All the evidence that the 11 lawyers provided for Richard Hart, which, in my opinion, 11 heads is better than one, but that is impactful. And the fact that anytime you essentially try to do something to help better others, you always end up in the right position. When you genuinely are trying to help somebody, which I feel Richard Hart is doing, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win in that situation. And that's what he is doing. He is trying to create a better future for me, for you, and for everybody on Postchain, all these guys here supporting. But this is impactful. Imagine being a judge and you seeing people hooping and hollering for Hex, for Postchain, and their support. In my eyes, if I'm a judge, that's going to factor in a little bit because the reason why is these people here understand what they invested in. They understand that they're not a victim. They're not playing the victim card. They're all grown adults, and they believe in Richard Hart. So these people showing up for support, huge shouts out to them. We've give them props many a times, but it's a powerful picture of unity, a powerful picture of unity within Postchain, and that's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need some unity and less division to move it forward. But regarding the Richard Hart case, I simply went to Gronk. I mean, Gronk is just it's awesome. I love using Gronk, but I said, when will judge make a ruling on Richard Hart case? Based on available information, a ruling on the Richard Hart case could be expected approximately 60 to 90 days after the oral argument held on October 24th, 2024. Therefore, the judge may make a ruling sometime between late December and mid January. So we're entering closer and closer to that ruling. It would be awesome if we heard something mid January or any time soon. And another feather in the cap that we have is the overreaching SEC and Gary Gensler will be out. So that'll be a huge feather in the cap. So the ruling, which is going to be leaning towards Richard Hart, that's a feather in our cap that's going to help push Postchain and Hex and assets on Postchain up and to the right. So positive case ruling in our favor being dismissed, Gary Gensler being out, and a pro crypto president, which will in fact loosen the restrictions for crypto, also find ways to make the US the number one crypto platform in the world. It's going to be, I feel it's going to be a better than expected bull run. Bitcoin is back over 103K. I just looked here real quick, but I feel we're set up for success. But again, what are we going to need? We're going to need unity. We're going to need, we're going to need to weed out the bad actors also. It's unfortunate that we have that in Postchain. The worst part about reading this Richard Hart tweet here, the worst part about watching people buy things that go to zero is that they often nuke the price of what they sold to buy the thing that went to zero. Bad personal decisions often affect entire communities. Many a chart is littered with dumps of people buying the wrong thing. So we just have to continue to stay vigilant. You know how I am on my channel. I've never been the one to say just buy Ink, PulseX, Hex, and PLS. I've never been the one just to say stick to those four and that's it. We just have to be vigilant when we are buying other assets on Postchain. Well, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Well, I mean, again, we have Hex here. Hex is solid. Will this go over $1 in a bull run? I definitely feel that. 21.7 million in liquidity. So this bad boy is humming. 3.2 million in volume. Does that have to? Let's see. Let's sort by volume. Oh, we don't want to do that. Yeah, let's just go back. Okay, so PLS, PulseX. This is another one where it has the buy and burn. You're aware of that, but this is a solid project. Incentive. I'm very high on incentive. I love incentive. The reason why I love incentive is because it has the lower cap. It's a lower cap of the Richard Hart assets, so it has more room to run. So a lower market cap, it has more room to run. And once this bad boy takes off, we could see some nice games. So I'm continuing to hold my position in Ink, continuing to hold my position in PulseX, continuing to hold those. And people are like, "Well, I don't like meme coins. It's just not my thing." Well, I mean, you do you, but again, we're looking at strong projects on Postchain, and Bear is one of those strong projects that you cannot deny. It is a meme, but it's not just a meme. With Bear, Bear is part of the Atropa ecosystem. When Atropa goes up, Bear is going to full port. And if we look at Teddy Bear, let's see real quick. It is, see if it pulls up here. If it lets it pulls up. Bear is like liquidity bonded to a whole bunch of stuff. So here's Bear. Look at this die pair. So with the P die pair, it's 1.3 million in liquidity. So with this pairing here, so once P die goes up here, let me see. Let me do the invert real quick. Make sure that's the right one. Yep, because that's a 1 cent. That's the invert. So that's the 1 cent. So when the P die pair goes up on Postchain, Bear is going to just full port. So that's what's going to happen with that. So that's why we're high on it. It's just not a meme coin. It is paired to a lot of heavy impact assets on Postchain. Let's see when it pulls up. Yep, Treasury bill. Treasury bill is another one in which Maria says that that's going to get to $1. And also, we have to factor this in too with Teddy Bear real quick, and then we'll move on. The holders for Teddy Bear continues to go up. It's over 25K. This is what true organic growth of a meme coin looks like. Like, it's holding strong here. So if you got a bag of Bear, you are doing well. And imagine, here's what I want. I want Teddy Bear to literally just shock the world. Just the meme coin that comes out of nowhere and just shocks all the other meme coins. That will be legendary. So not only do we need those core Richard Hart coins to perform, but we need strong, solid projects that full port. And we have that. It's just a matter of us continuing to get the word out, and be profit maxis and not maxis of a particular coin. I'm a profit maxi. That's what I do here. That's my mindset. And Bear is not going anywhere. So let's go back to, okay, so we talked about, let's get this sorted out. Incognito, we like that. Solid devs. They continue to do what they do. And they're building out Phoenix, I want to say. Phoenix is a new protocol that's going to be buying and burning Incognito, and I think it's going to give PLS rewards. But that's coming out soon. But Incognito is a solid project. I think it got to 11 million market cap at one point and was just printing out ink rewards daily and still is. So huge shout out to them. PTGC, this is another solid one. I'm not in the Grays currency, but from the people in the post chain community that are, they've had nothing but good things to say about it. What did it get to at its? So it got to $160 million market cap at its height, and still has a lot of room to run, in my opinion, and just kind of going by what people are saying. But the Grays, nothing negative to say about it. I mean, like we're looking at literally just looking at the performance of the chart and what the chart is telling me with the Grays. So shouts out to folks for the Grays. Where's another one? Let's see if I can find it down here. Yeah, BFF. That's another one where it's paired with Bitcoin. If that runs up, then it's going to pull everything with it. PDI. We already know the narrative of PDI. Like if you have a bag of PDI, you're up. You could have did everything wrong, but if you bought you a bag, if you bought you a bag of PDI, you are sitting pretty. So I got me a bag. I'm up on PDI, and gonna be even more up once this pairs to $1. So once it pairs to $1, the thing that I want to do is have a way to put that into PulseX and just earn yield on it, even if it's a little at a time. Just earn yield on it, and then be able to have that as a side bag just to just do whatever I want to. Whether it's I'm rolling those assets back into PDI and building that bag up, or using it for day-to-day stuff, whatever I need. But Richard Hart has went out of his way to, without saying it, saying that we're doing something special with DAI. So pretty much, if you don't understand it at this point, I don't know what to tell you. We're not gonna, if you don't, then that's fine. Also, let's see, Wrap BTC. This one here, it's on a discount right now, so $108. This one, there's only 154K supply, so essentially, if this pairs 1-to-1, if this reaches parity with the original Bitcoin, again, essentially it's game over. But since the supply is smaller, there's a potential for this to go even higher above the current price, which is 103K for the original Bitcoin. So it's essentially giving a second opportunity to get discounted Bitcoin. But again, you do you with your investment dollars. Let's see what else. Let me see if I can find it. G Baby, we like G Baby. G Baby, we like it because of it has some good pairings. I thought it was paired. I know it has a pairing with BFF somewhere. I have to find it. But G Baby is one where it has a limited supply. This meme has a limited supply of 121K. So, and again, was also made by Maria, the Atropa dev. We trust Maria. Maria has done nothing but to full port Atropa. We'll look at Atropa here real quick after this. But G Baby is a great meme. The Telegram, you can go to the Telegram and talk to people. I have confidence in just leaving a bag of G Baby, and if it runs up, some have predicted over 1,000 per token. So kind of along the same path as BFF. As BFF ran up, G Baby is going to run up with that limited supply. So I hold a bag just to see what happens. And the community has faith in it. We have fun making G Babies and random G Babies and posting them on X. So, you do you. So let's go to, lastly, let's go to Atropa. So this is the interesting thing, like we've said before. The most liquidity bonded asset is Atropa. So when Atropa goes up, it's just gonna pull everything, which is gonna be awesome. So could Atropa at some point go past $20 per Atropa? It's definitely possible. What is it sitting? What is the price right now? It's only 8 cent, which isn't too bad at all. It's sitting at 8 cent. So it's looking to essentially run. So the main thing is there's a lot of positive indicators of what's next for post chain. We have strong key fundamentals in which Richard Hart has built out on post chain. We get that. Court case going to be dismissed, thrown out. Crossing my fingers, thrown out. And we have a supportive community. The community just has to rally together, remove all these, be vigilant of these bad actors in the community. It sucks. We've all been there where there's been a rug pull and we're like, damn it, there was a rug pull. But having said all that, we are set up for post chain. Yeah, it could potentially just shock everybody. And I feel it is because it's been gate kept. We talked about on my last video being gate kept, not appearing in any of the top crypto projects, but it is a top crypto project because they don't want it to show, and people pretty much fear Richard Hart. So I hope this video essentially gave you a little bit more confidence in post chain. And oh yeah, and like I mentioned, continue to spread the word. So I'm going to end with this. Talked to an old friend yesterday for over an hour on the phone. Very big, well-known player in the space with hundreds of thousands of followers. I showed him on PostChain and told him about all the Richard built, and he said he'd look into it. I woke up to this DM today. I'm really starting to think my theory about people just not knowing this exists is correct. It's the best explanation for why people or why nobody is talking about it. Let's go to the tweet here. So the tweet, bro, how the F is nobody talking about this? It's wide open. What the F? I had no idea. And probably alluding to the free coins. If you had Ethereum, if you had some coins on Ethereum during the post-chain snapshot, you got free copies on there. And it's a chain that is wide open to explode. So continuing to share the message. How do you get over to post chain? There's a couple of ways you can get over to post chain. You can use Chains Now to get over to post chain. Swap whatever asset you add into post chain. Boom. On the next screen, put the wallet where you want to receive your post chain, and then on the screen after that, you get a QR code address. You send your Bitcoin or whatever asset you have to that QR code address. The swap happens. Takes 5 to 10 minutes, and you're good to go. And then you can come over here to PostX and buy whatever asset you want. I'll leave information in the YouTube description, like always, about how to buy. Some people use Coast. I tried it one time, but it just wasn't available in my area. But there's a good on and off ramp. I think you can hook your bank account and your debit card, but you'll have to do research on this. But OX Coast is another way to simply buy some post chain on the spot, I believe, with like a bank account or a credit card. So keep that in mind. So in this video, that is it. I want to thank you for listening, and thanks for stopping by.